Hi, it's Noel from the Meat Mafia Collective again. So we've actually trimmed our ribs up. So the next step from here is actually rubbing the meat. It's a really important step because this is where we get the flavour into the protein. I'm going to show you the techniques because I see a lot of people actually shaking the bag very low to the rib and you don't get a very even coverage. So what we're going to do is actually sit probably about 25-30 centimetres above the rib, and we're just going to go from side to side and we're going to get lots of flavour onto the back of that rib. So you can kind of see that I'm overlapping the rib somewhat, and that's what you want to do. So you get even coverage across the protein. Now, see a lot of people also rubbing the rub, okay? So from side to side, and you should never do that. What you want to do is push the rub into the meat so you actually get the flavour in. So what I tend to do is just push until you start to see some moisture come out the back and your rub starts to go slightly darker. So I just keep pushing. You can see there's still dry rub there. But what that means is you don't lose too much rub. You can actually see that rub's actually held onto the back of the rib. So we'll flip that over and we'll do the top side. So you always start with the bottom side because the top side is what you want to look absolutely perfect. So we're going to finish with the top side. Again, 25 to 30 centimetres above the rib. Even shakes from side to side with the rub slightly going over the edges. Just fill in any bald bits that you do miss. And again, we're going to push that rub into the meat. Now this is the most important part of the seasoning here, so we're going to have a look at this and see if we've got any bare spots that we want to touch up. And we do, so we've got a bare spot on the edge here, so we're just going to give that a little touch up. Got a bare spot over here. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with the coverage here now. I'm just going to push that in until the rub changes colour, and this is the key thing, right? So if you actually put the rub on and you don't push it in, as soon as you move the rib, you're actually going to lose probably 20-30% of that rub. So push your rub into the meat. And you can actually see the surface of the meat here has gone quite dark. So what that means is that you're not actually going to lose any rub, okay? So all that rub has stayed on. Now you might think, look, I'm going over the edges, I'm wasting all this rub, but actually this is how you rub the sides of the rib. So I literally just put that on the overlap and just go from side to side. Same again on the other side, side to side, and then I do the ends. And you can see that you've got all the sides done, all the ends done, and that's the rack of ribs completely rubbed.